Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. Hello. Welcome, everyone. It is our Tuesday, and you know what that means? We have a live show today. Hello, Catherine. It's so good to see you here. And guess where I am? I'm in our newish dining room. And I've been bragging on Mark a little bit because he's just done such a tremendous job on making all of this happen. I had the ideas and he had the wherewithal to be able to, put it together. So I'm just delighted about that. Linda, Jackie, Jeanette, so good to have you here. Anyway, so behind me is our maple shelves that Mark made. Didn't he do a beautiful job, Catherine? I really love it. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. We've got a spacer right there. You can see. See that? That's right there. It's going to be. That's just temporary. It's going to be different later on. Hi, Lisa. But anyway, I just love it. So underneath this top here, and I just threw some stuff on there to make it look pretty. But underneath it, it's going to be some big baskets where I can put things like, how many of you have umpteen million of these, and they take up so much space. So I'm going to put a basket of water bottles in there. I'm going to have a basket for linens, and it's just, that's my plan. I just have to go measure and order and get them done. That's it. So we have 2 shelves like that, and that's what that's going to be. The pantry that was in my kitchen is now a broom closet. Because as you can see right here, that's a pantry there, and that's a pantry over there. See? And you can see a little bit more of the workmanship that Mark did on these beautiful things. He also put a tabletop on our existing tabletop. So I am just very thrilled with all the work that he has done. Sometimes I wish I had 10 marks to get all the other things going, but you know how it is. Patience. And also, it's just like the stuff costs money. So it has to be a little bit at a time. And I see a nail on the floor over there. Nobody wants to be stepping in that. Jocelyn, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, so I've decided I want to be up here in the light and enjoying, and you can see outside right here, there's our lovely lake and all the light these wonderful windows have brought in. It's a little rainy out there today, but anyway, I just wanted to share all of that with you and also be up here in the light and not down in my dark, dark office, So a couple of things. Number one was on Friday, I was in a pickleball tournament down in Greenville, South Carolina. And I've shared with you over and over again about my dream of finally being able to get a medal at one of these because I every time had gotten my butt completely kicked and handed to me. And so my partner and I were geared up and we're ready to go, and we won. This is the medal, and it's a silver medal, and we're just beyond thrilled. It's not like I'm going to run around wearing medals, right? Hi, Pamela. But I will tell you, I am going to, this is an acknowledgement of an accomplishment. So I was very thrilled to be able to do that. And my partner and I were beyond the moon. So that's great. Cheers, Miss Nancy. So Nancy, look, that's for you. There you go. Look, there's a new medal for you to put on when you get here. Anyway, yeah, Nancy very famously put on my medal when she was here. I had a bronze medal from a while back, and she put that on and ran around the house with it on when we were having our full bloom. Speaking of full bloom, I will have an announcement on May 3rd So watch for it. Just watch what's going on. I can't say anything right now, but May 3rd I will be able to say something. So I'm excited about that. And it's a lot. We have several things coming up. Well, first of all, who was here last night? Last night we did a whole thing on the hot milk sprint. And I'll tell you what, I wrote this material, and every time I'm like, oh yeah, this is we gotta remember this. This is why we sprint, people. So if you want to go watch the sprint webinar, the live one that we did yesterday, and excuse the doggy barking, Lincoln just was going bonkers. There was somebody, it was Mark coming home at the door, so it was a little bit wild in here at the very end. But it was Jackie was there. That's right. But go ahead and go watch it, because it's going to give you that refreshment on what you need. Plus, there's 25% off on kits until I don't know what we have. It ends at midnight tonight. Yeah, and I will tell you, even if you don't need the full kit, I guarantee you're using everything in it, and everything in it is going to support you in your journey. That is a promise. 25% off plus free shipping is a screaming deal. It's over as of midnight tonight. Okay, so you know about that. Also, we have a skin webinar coming up. Beautiful, glorious, gorgeous skin webinar coming up. I'm very particularly interested in this one. There's several components that I find to be super helpful for getting really pretty skin. And that is starts on the inside, and we have something obviously for the outside. I'm going to tell you all about it on Wednesday, May 8th at 7 p.m. So I want you to be there. You got to register. Obviously, you know how it works with all of this. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com/skin to grab your seat. And remember, if you can't be there, that's cool. We'll send you the replay. But this is a good one because, oftentimes we're just looking for potions. And potions don't cut it, y'all. We got to get really granular on what it means to, and especially those of us of a certain age, we want to age gracefully. We want to age well, like a fine bottle of wine, not like a piece of moldy bread. Am I right? So definitely get on that and go get your seat for savingdinner.com/skin. All right. We've got that. Also this week, we took a little departure from our buy one, get ones. And I thought it was, it's time. It's really time to talk about cooking again. There's a lot of folks out there who just don't know how to cook, or they cook poorly, or it's so time intensive. And my thought is, look, you're not trying to be a chef on TV. You're just trying to get dinner on the table really quickly, right? You're trying to get it done. You're trying to do it in a way that is mindful of your time and also mindful of your resources so that you can use everything up and so that you can produce a wonderful meal. And there's an accomplishment with that. It is something that makes you feel good. And this is why I produced a product called Cooking Camp. And Cooking Camp gives you lessons, videos, worksheets, the whole bit, so that you will feel confident in the kitchen. And it's on a great discount this time. And we've got other things that go with it. You just got to go check it out. Okay. This is for everybody. And it also makes a great gift if you know somebody in your life who could benefit, a child. And let me say this, everyone should know how to cook. This is not a woman only kind of a thing, little lady in the kitchen kind of a deal. No, this is a life skill. It's as important as flossing your teeth. This life skill is going to be what feeds you rather than fast food or takeout. It's really important. So if your cooking skills are not where they need to be, get this, because it's one, it's inexpensive. Two, it gets right down to the meat of the matter. There's no fluff, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need, right? Catherine is so right. I'm going to quote you on that. If you eat, you got to cook. True. You get to control what's on the end of your fork when you're the one making the food too, by the way, and choosing the quality of the ingredients, the whole 9 yards. It's just absolutely, it's my optimal number one tip for getting healthy. Cook. So savingdinner.com/cooking camp. It's on a discount this time. And we have some other extra bonuses with it. So you just get on it. Okay. Yeah. You're going to do that with me? Pinkies up. All right. This quote of the week: vision without action is just hallucination. And if that doesn't stab you in the heart, nothing will. Because we have to have something to go behind these ideas. Who wants to be a hallucinator? I certainly don't. I want to be that woman who walks in her vision, because that's how dreams come true. So today I'm going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, because this is something that every single time gets me. This is something where I find myself saying, aha, when I'm in this place of flow. When I'm in a place of flow, everything goes well. When I'm in a place of flow, my goals are being accomplished. When I'm in a place of flow, I feel good. I lose track of time. There's just this thing, it's intangible, but it's something that we can all attain. And I want to talk about how we can achieve flow, because honestly, I believe this is one of the ways that we can unlock your full potential. And every single one of us has the opportunity and the ability to do this. Now, I used to say, I'm so ADD, I'm so ADHD, there's no way I can get into flow, blah, 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 blah. But I don't even believe that anymore, because I have experienced it, and I am a little ADD. Anybody who knows me will say that. Anybody who works with me will say that. I'm waiting for Jenny to pinkies up me. She knows. But you know what? So what? You can compartmentalize different parts of your life, and you can get into this place of understanding that when you put your mind to something, you can shift everything. Everything. Now, look how sweet she's being. She's being so sweet. I think her eyes are rolling though. I'm just going to say that. Anyway, but to me, it's like, if you are yearning for vibrancy and accomplishment and you're constantly frustrated, if you feel like your days aren't filled with purpose and you're dragging around maybe and scrolling the doom scrolling on your phone, and you're just not getting anything done, and maybe you're even, God forbid, walking around in your pajamas at noon, there's that. Or even if you are getting things done, or even if you're going through the motions of doing stuff, but you don't think that you've got anything done, I want you to say, I want to bring your attention to this place of flow, and this place of, it's almost kind of a nirvana, if you will, of a state of mind, a state of body chemicals, a state of just being and going with the flow. We say that, go with the flow, all the time. But when we are the flow and we've created the flow, everything is different. And I'm going to unpack all of this for you, because to me, that is the secret sauce to accomplishing your goals and having your dreams really become true. It is. It is. And I want to talk about this because I feel like that is oftentimes a missing piece. And I get that, because when you get into flow, there's just absolutely nothing like it. So I want to share this, because flow is the thing that will make you go and run toward your dream, not having it be a hallucination at all, but have it be actually a vision quest, and something that gets accomplished, and something that you can say, I did it. This is important for all of us, because all of us have dreams. All of us have visions for ourselves. All of us have high hopes of what it is that we want to achieve in this life. And I don't want to fill you with a bunch of, gobbledygook, crazy talk. I want to give you some actual tangible steps of things that you can do. But first, let's define flow. Okay. Like, really define it, because everything I'm about to tell you today, every single thing, every step that I'm going to give you along the way has research to back it up. Okay. And remember, this will all be on your show notes tomorrow. Don't forget about that. Show notes are just the best thing. So if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, you need to be doing that. Go to savingdinner.com. I think we have that annoying little pop-up that comes up. Just put your name and address, email address in there, and we'll take care of it for you, because we do our show notes from today and tomorrow newsletter. Okay. Anyway, this is a mental state that was first described by a psychologist named, I can't even say the word. I won't even attempt. But his first name was Mihaly, and his last name goes something like Csikszentmihalyi. Okay? Csikszentmihalyi. I'm not even going to try it. It's just, if you could see it right now, there's at least 15 letters. But what he describes it is a mental state of being fully immersed in an activity to the point of losing time. Now, I know a lot of you are crafters and do some beautiful handwork and knitting, crocheting, and needlepoint and all that stuff. And that's easy to get lost in that kind of thing, isn't it? You can get lost in a book. There's a state of flow that comes with reading as well. But when your activity is based on what your hopes and what your dreams and what your goals are, and when you connect all of those dots with the flow, oh, it's almost a high. There's nothing, there's nothing that you can compare it to. Your focus sharpens, the distractions fade, even if you've got a dog barking in the other room or whatever, because the full engagement of all of your senses is there. And it seems like often at the time, it seems like, ooh, how did I get there? After the fact, you maybe look at it and just say, how does that happen? But one of the things about flow, and according to this guy that I cannot say his name, you'll see in the newsletter. His name will be in the newsletter. You're just going to go, wow, not even an attempt. It's a state of optimal performance where challenges and skills align perfectly. And that helps to create this effortless path to flow. So I just want to say that it is open to all, even those of us with busy lives, even those of us who have full-time jobs and then trying to do a little side hustle here or there, even to those of us who think we don't have time, because everybody is. That's an illusion, by the way. We all have the same 24 hours. It's how you allot it, right? So how do we achieve this? What are then the steps to achieving flow? And remember, everything that I'm going to give you is all based on research. It's been proven out in the studies. There have been actual people involved in these studies to make these things come true. So that's what I love that. And Catherine, thank you. She said our newsletter's the bomb. I think it's a good one. It's a good one. And I have a lot, all that content and everything. By the way, I just do the show and I do not put that together. Amber does a beautiful job on that. And I'm so grateful for her great efforts. Anyway, the first thing that you need to do, the first thing is to identify your purpose. Now, you've heard me say over and over and over again that we're here on purpose and for purpose. In other words, you are not a biological accident. There is a reason that you're here. And it's not to be a poster child of what not to do. It's not to it's not to just say, oh, well, here, you're just here to, birth babies and clean the kitchen. It's not. We all have to look at ourselves and think of what gives me purpose, what gives me meaning, right? And I also want to absolutely 100% show you and point to the fact that in every single person's life, there are different times and different seasons of what your purpose is. In 2014 through 2016, my role and my purpose, besides, working, still having, saving dinner and what have you, hey, Doris, was also to be a caregiver for my mom. That was a short season. And I when I was raising children, that was also, now that I look back, was a short season. At times it felt very long. But there's, my purpose changed and shifted as my children grew up and as I lost my mom. So this is all of things that we need to put into the equation for understanding what our purpose is. So the research says it's a matter of reflecting on your passions, your goals, and your values. That's how it is that we're going to figure out the purpose and the meaning and the reason that we're here on purpose and for purpose. This helps us to align with our goals, helps us to create the activities that we need in order to make that happen. Isn't that the truth? And, we immerse ourselves fully. I mean, as a mother, I was fully immersed. As a caregiver with my mom, I was fully immersed. I was looking things up online, like how to help my mother breathe better with COPD. Are there supplements out there? Obviously there's Google's come a long way and gotten a lot better at giving us AI has helped. But the point is that in our immersion, our place of immersion is the place where we can refine the vision, the dreams, and then finally the goals. Okay? So keep that in mind and keep asking yourself the questions. It is the curious and the courageous who step forward even in the face of risk and make a decision to align themselves with what this purpose is. Even if you don't know what it is right now, it doesn't mean that you won't next week, tomorrow, or even next year. If we're seeking, we will find. That's a promise. Number 2 is to understand that flow thrives on clarity. I'm going to say that again. Flow thrives on clarity. And this is why we set goals. Setting goals is taking this vision of what you see for yourself and for your loved one, however this whole thing works, what you see, taking that vision, that dream that you have, and creating goals out of it. Well, if I'm going to do this, then I need to have this and do this and do that and do this. So you create those goals. And when you set these clear, very easy to understand goals for your brain, then you're going to start to make things happen for it. I always say that goals basically are just chunking down a dream and putting to-do lists with it. Because if you're doing something every day, because that's one of the secret sauce with goals is to do something every day, is to stay consistent with it. And you stay consistent with it, you're going to start seeing it get accomplished. And you'll be able to check those boxes off and get those things done. So here's what the research says. If you break larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps to create a roadmap for success, then you are going to get to the place of accomplishment. It's that simple. And if you've done any of our goal workshops or any of those things, then you know what we do is we chunk them down and we even turn them into affirmations with I am statements and writing those every day to rewire our brains so that we are more apt to accomplish those goals. Because there's so many things involved. Yes, there's a lot of action steps involved, but there's also putting your brain into the position of being able to go there and accomplish it. We've got to get out of our ruts, the Oregon trails that are in our heads, and create these new neural pathways. That's the big, big deal. And, we have to look at it that, flow is inevitable when you're in this place of understanding what your purpose is and having the goals to go with it. It starts to happen. It starts to form. Not maybe all at once, but with consistency, with patience with yourself, and a little gentleness and kindness, it will start to happen. You also need to match your challenges and your skills. You don't want it to be too easy, and you don't want it to be too hard either. We got to get into that Goldilocks zone. Because when it's too hard, you're going to say, oh, it's too hard, and just give up. If it's too easy, you're going to say, this is nothing. I could do this any day of the week. So there's nothing really going to be holding you into this place of really wanting to, go with it. So it's very important that you start somewhere, and then as you get stronger, you let it, you go to the next thing. So here's an example. If you start weightlifting and you go to Target, let's say, and you buy the cute little pink weights, start there. But by all means, in about a month or two, you're going to outgrow those. You're going to need to go back to Target and go get the blue weights or the green weights or purple weights, whatever they are. But you have to go heavier in order to create the muscle, say, that you're trying to create, if that is your goal. So I just want you to remember there's no shame in starting small and developing it from there. That's part of your goal setting as well. The number 4 is to minimize your distractions. Easier said than done. Is anybody saying that to themselves right now? Well, the thing is we're all going to have things that are going to pull us away. mainly our phones. So why not take your phone and put it in the other room? Turn off the notifications, turn off all of that stuff. Lincoln's whining like crazy. Hey, Mark, pay attention to the dog. Whining. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry, I had to because he was distracting me. You got to minimize your distractions. And you got to get your workplace in a place where it's pleasant to be in that place, in that zone. Put everything that you need there to get that work done and make a plan for it. Be very intentional about minimizing your distractions. It says right here, this is what the research tells us, your attention is so easily pulled away. So if you create a workspace free from interruptions, turn off your notifications and set specific times that you can get right into the weeds with it, you're there, you're home free. Number 5 is to practice mindfulness. I mean, I think I say this every single time we get together, but the fact of the matter is most of us don't practice mindfulness. Most of us are thinking about either yesterday or tomorrow, but we're not here in the present. And so when we put ourselves into this place where we're in the zone, and no, you don't see my dog. You want to see my dog. He just went outside with Mark. He needed to go outside. He was whining if you heard him. But the point is that when I'm telling you to meditate, I'm telling you to get grounded, to get centered, to allow yourself to turn inward for a minute. That's what I'm telling you. When I'm saying do breathing exercises or journaling, it's to reflect on what's going on the inside. Because when you can ground into the present moment, then you can reflect on what's going on and you can start seeing yourself fully engaged. And the research shares with us that this is one of the keys to stepping into this place, right, of being mindful, of stepping into this place of allowing and having this place of flow. Isn't that cool? I just love this stuff. Number 6 is to embrace routine. I love routine. Don't we all? Don't break the routine, right? Well, routine gives us a sense of stability. It gives us a sense of starting. It's hitting the coffee, button in the morning, unloading the dishwasher. It's starting your day. It's bookending each day with a morning and an evening routine. We talk about that. We elevate it to morning and evening rituals so that we can step into not just the things that need to get done around the house, but the things that need to get done inside. That's equally as important, isn't it? Of course it is. And if we are to have this state of flow and have our dreams not be hallucinations, but actual things that happen to us, this is really, really important. So one of the things that I recommend, and I call them piggyback habits, is with your established habit, add a new habit that you can piggyback right on the back of it, because that new habit isn't attached to anything. And if you attach it to something that you're already going to do, it'll make it that much easier and that much easier to remember and that much easier to accomplish. So that's something that you can use. And then number 7 is really very simple, is to celebrate your achievements. Give yourself an attagirl. This will help you not only just to stay motivated and make you feel really good about yourself in the moment, but it's going to create new neural pathways. Those attagirls do that. And I'll tell you what, neural pathways are where it's at, baby. They just are, because the neural pathways are the thing that are going to project you into your future. And if we look at our futures, and I don't want not being anxious about our future, but visualizing our future self, then we're going to want to have this state of flow. We want to create these new neural pathways because that is going to help us with the state of flow. And just think of that flow like a flow of water going down that beautiful new neural pathway that you've been so meticulously creating. So remember this, that flow is not like this elusive, mythical state. It's an actual thing that you can enjoy and you can employ. And when you do that, you get yourself to this place of actually seeing your dreams come true. And by the way, this isn't just for some, it's for everybody, because this is what vibrancy is all about, is creating exactly that vision that you have already sitting there in your head and having it happen. And this is the state that we get to be in order to have that accomplished. And I want you to know that, you are absolutely 100% worth the effort. So don't ever discount it and think this is for other people. No, it's for you too. We can all be in that state of love. Yes. Yay, Nancy. I'm so glad to see you here, by the way. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. I appreciate you tremendously. And don't forget any announcements that we have just made at the beginning of the show that you might have missed, especially about Cooking Camp, the upcoming skin webinar, and blah, 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 whatever else I mentioned. It's all there at savingdinner.com/announcements. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.